Hey everyone, welcome back. So yesterday, during my last video on SoFi, and I think 2 videos ago that I posted, somebody commented about a proxy statement and a reverse split for SoFi stock. I wasn't aware of the proxy statement or reverse split. I hasn't had the time to kind of look through the statement. So when I opened the proxy statement, Schedule 14A, I saw the statement about reverse split for stock. Now, that sparked a lot of questions inside me and a lot of things that we as investors need to pay attention to and ask some serious questions. So this video, I'm going to talk about what reverse stock split means for SoFi and what as investors we need to be aware of and what as investors we need to ask questions for the management. Now, I have never promoted my Twitter handle up until now because I feel like it's one platform is big enough, or I would say enough for me to basically focus on, and I don't want to start, tweeting. But in this video, I'm going to ask all of you guys to go, and I'm going to link the Twitter handle at the bottom of this video. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to ask Anthony Noto to come on the YouTube channel to basically talk about the company, the reverse stock split that they have announced, and a few other things. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I'm going to message the management in Bloomberg as well. In Bloomberg Terminal, there's a feature where you can reach out to the management for an interview or for questions. So I don't care if Anthony Noto or somebody from their team comes onto the channel, but basically we want to know a few things now because, and I will explain the whole proxy statement and also what it means for us investors. But we definitely deserve some answers about why management is planning this, why management is thinking about it, and also what does it mean for us investors going forward. Now, I know that they're busy running SoFi. I don't really, care if they respond back with a no or yes, but I want you guys to go ahead and retweet the question or the request and tag Anthony Noto and other members of SoFi team to get their attention, because that's going to help us. If Anthony Noto or any other management person come on the channel, I would love to ask some questions. And of course, we are going to discuss the questions together about what are the top 10 questions we want to ask them and what it means for us investors going forward, because we have some serious money invested in this company. We have our hard-earned money invested in this company. I want to make sure that we are getting all the answers and getting all the things that we need to know to keep invested in this company. We believe in the company, that's why we are in it. But I would like to know more about it. So now I'm going to share my screen and we are going to read proxy statement together. I'm going to point out few things that I noticed in the proxy statement. I'm not going to do the whole proxy statements like a lot of pages. I don't want to focus on all the pages, but I want to focus on few proposals that they are proposing for their shareholders meeting, which is on July 12th. And then we will discuss about the pros and the cons of reverse split, and also what it means, my opinion, what it means for the stock going forward. So let me share the screen and let's get started on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go out of view so we can focus on this. Okay. So this is the Schedule 14A right here, the proxy statement that they filed yesterday. And in this proxy statement, they have these 4 proposals that they are discussing right here. So this is proposal number 1, to elect 10 nominees currently serving as member of board of directors and basically for the next term, which is 2023. Proposal 2, to indicate on an advisory basis the preferred frequency of stockholder advisory votes on the compensation of companies' named executive officers. Okay. To ratify the selection of the audit committee. Okay. Number 4 is interesting, to amend and restate the 2021 stock option and incentive plan for SoFi Technologies. Basically, they're talking about the stock-based compensation and also the options plan going forward for the next year. And proposal number 5, this is where it kind of got interesting, to approve an amendment to the company certificate of incorporation to give the board of directors authority to effect a reverse stock split. Now, this has sparked a lot of questions in my head. So I'm going to go ahead and actually go directly to the page, which is, I think page number 59 in my book right here. Yep. Okay. So we are in proposal 5 right here, and I'm going to read the details and then we are going to talk about the pros and the cons. Okay, to approve and amend an amendment to the company's certificate of incorporation to do the reverse stock split, this right here. Okay, we are seeking shareholders' approval to grant the board of directors authority at any time prior to 1-year anniversary of the 2022 annual meeting to amend the company's certificate of incorporation, a reverse stock split, which is a reverse stock split to reduce the number of shares of our outstanding common stock and outstanding redeemable preferred stock together with the common stock, the outstanding stock, by combining shares of our outstanding stock into a lesser number of shares of outstanding stock by the ratio of no less than 1:2 and no more than 1:10. So basically what's going to happen is that the the reverse stock split is going to come in either 1:2 or greater than 1:2 and less than 1:2 or 1:10. So it's going to be in between that number. And I think they're going to go with 1:5, in my opinion, right in the middle. And then B, reduction in the number of authorized shares of common stock, non-voting common stock per value 0.001. Okay. If this reverse stock split proposal is approved by the stockholder and effected, between every 2 to 10 shares of outstanding common stock would be combined and reclassified into 1 share of either common stock or redeemable preferred stock as applicable. In addition, subject to adjustment for the issuance of a whole share in exchange for any fractional shares as described below, the number of authorized shares of stock would be proportionally reduced by the reverse stock split ratio, resulting in a decrease A from 3 billion authorized shares of common stock to between 300 million to 1.5 billion shares of common stock, from 100 million authorized shares of non-voting common stock to between 10 million and 50 million shares of non-voting common stock, and C from 100 million authorized shares of preferred stock to between 10 million to 50 million shares of preferred stock. The authorized shares of redeemable preferred stock would remain 100 million authorized shares because we do not believe the benefits to the company and its stockholder of such reduction are sufficient to merit the time and expense of seeking a separate vote for the holders of redeemable preferred stock as would require under Delaware law. Okay. This is all good. They're talking about if they reverse this, the stock into between 2 and 10, what it means and what it means for their outstanding shares for the common stock and what it means for their preferred share right here of the stock. Now, this is what they're giving their reasoning. Okay. If this reverse split proposal is approved by our stockholders, our board of directors will have authority to decide in its sole discretion without further action by the stockholders, A, whether to effect a reverse stock split within 12 months of the 2022 annual meeting date, which is July 12th of 2022, the specific timing of effectiveness of the reverse stock split, and the exact ratio of the reverse stock split and authorized share reduction within the ratio, final ratio. We would communicate to the public prior to the effective date additional details regarding the reverse stock split and the authorized shares reduction and reverse split amendment, including the final ratio selected. Even if our stockholders approve the reverse stock split, we reserve the right not to affect the reverse stock split and authorized share reduction if our board of directors does not deem it to be the best interest of the company and our stockholders. Our board of directors believe that granting this discretion provides it with maximum flexibility to act in the best interest of the stockholders. Okay, so let me just finish reading this. So our board of director decision as to whether and when to effect the reverse split and authorized share reduction will be based on the number of factors, including but not limited to prevailing market conditions. Pay attention. I'm going to come in the camera now. Okay. So prevailing market condition, existing and expected trading prices for our common stock, actual or forecasted result of operation. This is a biggie for me, a huge one, and I'm going to explain in 1 second. And the likely effect of such results on the market price. The reverse stock split proposal is not being proposed in response to any effort of which we are aware to accumulate shares of our outstanding stock or obtain control of the company, nor is it planned by management to recommend such actions. Furthermore, this is a big one too. The reverse split proposal is not being proposed in order to meet the requirement of any national security exchanges. Okay, now let's talk about this, what just happened here in this proxy statement. So, SoFi's board of directors wants to reverse the stock split or wants to do a stock split in reverse. Now, when a company does a reverse stock split, it's never bullish. It's never been bullish. There are a handful of companies, and you can count on your fingers, and SoFi could be that outlier, that has succeeded a reverse stock split. So a reverse stock split is a bearish move on a company for 2 reasons. Number one, they're scared that, and they mentioned over here that says, let me quickly share that. It says actual or forecasted result of operations. So if they are not confident that they can sustain the growth of the company from where it is right now and achieve profitability. And from what we have seen in the balance sheet and also in the earnings, SoFi will achieve the profitability in next 3 to 4 quarters, if everything plans out the way they are planning out. Now they are coming out and giving this statement to us, basically saying that, we want to reverse stock split. Now there are companies, those who have successfully done it, those who have the stocks are really, really high, and there are a few, if you Google the companies, you can see a list of the companies. But I am concerned about 2 things. Number one, they said that they are not doing it in order to keep themselves basically in any exchanges. So New York Stock Exchange, for example, your share has to trade above $1 for 30 days in order for you to be listed in New York Stock Exchange. If it drops below $1 for 30 consecutive days, you are out. Now, NASDAQ has different exchanges have different rules. So I personally feel that there could be many reasons, and that's why we want to know more from the company. This statement doesn't tell us anything. This statement just tells us that they are doing a reverse stock split, and that's about it. We want to know from them that why are they doing this reverse stock split? Why they are basically going in that direction? Because any company that has taken that step in the past has not done very well. They have artificially inflated the stock price. Now, argument can be made that, okay, if the stock price is at $20 versus $5, more investors, institutional investors, would look at the stock as adding to their portfolio. I don't believe that completely, because my reason is that the company's valuation hasn't changed. The company's pricing or company is still, if their net worth is, let's say, $20 billion, hypothetically speaking, then that $20 billion still remain intact. Now, yeah, you have less float in the available to the market or outstanding shares, where basically short sellers may sway away. But then your stock price is also now higher because you did the reverse stock split. The short sellers can come in if the company is not improving on the metrics, they can come in and they can bring the share price down. And first, for us investors, we are now holding the less share of the company. Of course, the prices will be higher, but then there were a lot of us who are going to get pushed out of selling covered calls or using the stock for options that we have been doing to generate some cash on our holding. I mean, I have almost 13,000 shares, right? In 13,000 shares, I can go and sell covered calls, 130 covered calls every week, even though the premium is very little, but I can still make $500-600 every week on SoFi stock. So if that reverse split happens, then my count is going to come. If you are holding 1,000 shares or 1,500 shares, and all of a sudden if they do 10 to 1, if they come out and do 10 to 1, all of a sudden now you have 100 shares. So I feel that this is not a good move for the company, but it's too premature for me to comment on good, bad, or ugly, because I want to know more details about what they're thinking, what the board is thinking, what is the whole point of having this point in as one of the proposal, because I'm sure they're thinking about it. And we know that I like the earnings report. I like the balance sheet. So I'm not concerned about their operations unless they're seeing something that we are not able to see from our eyes. If they're seeing something internally which is not being shared with us, that's a big concern. And if they're putting this in the proxy statement, now July is still far away. I think the bottom will be out by that time. People will be coming in and buying by July. Russia-Ukraine situation, given that if it improves and also supply chain improves a little bit, I mean, there are so many factors which is affecting the whole market conditions right now. But I personally feel that the way they're handling this, or the way they are basically giving this proposal in the proxy statement, is not sitting well with me. And again, it's too premature for me to make any comment about the company that yes, it's good, no, it's not good, this is really bad. But what I have seen and how much I know about reverse stock split, it's not a good thing for a company to come out and do a reverse stock split. See, when they do a stock split, not a reverse stock split, when they do a stock split, it's basically a very bullish move on the company. Look, like Tesla did it, Apple did it many times, Amazon, Google, they all are doing it now in coming July. And July is the same time when they are doing a reverse stock split, or basically they're granting the approval of it. So unless I know more about it, that what is the main game plan behind it, and would we ever find out or not, I don't know. And that's why I want to start that Twitter thing that I told you about. I'm going to put a Twitter handle at the bottom. Please go ahead and follow me on Twitter. I'm going to write and ask a question to Elon Musk, right, with the Twitter saga. I just got the news this morning. To Anthony Noto, that we would like to have you on the channel for an interview, either Anthony Noto or somebody from their management. Please go ahead and retweet that and tag Anthony Noto. And then I'm going to reach out on Bloomberg Terminal to their PR person and ask them for an interview. Because I think it's very important for us investors to know more about it. Just one line proxy statement given in what, 300 words is not going to help us understand the bigger picture if the company has a bigger picture and a bigger plan that they're looking. Yeah, short, it's been heavily shorted. The company has been heavily shorted, no doubt about it. I'm not saying that, that is not the case. It is the case. I mean, this trades like a mega cap company, on the market. So high volume all the time. We see these short interests like over 20%. So yes, that could be one of the reasons to push the shorts out, but you are not helping the shareholders, because by pushing the shorts out, you are artificially inflating the stock price. And shorts they have deep pockets. They can come back in and they can start shorting again and bring the stock price down. Let's say it's a $5 stock and it goes up to say $25, and then now at $25 the shorts come out and they start shorting the stock down. That's not going to help us in any way, in the long term. And of course, the history says, and also the definition says, reverse stock split is a very bearish move on the company. So I really would like your support. That go ahead and also comment on what are your thoughts on reverse stock split. Also, I would like your support to basically make this video go out to more folks so that they can come in and they can tweet and we can ask this question from the management of SoFi about why are they now adding this, because the whole market is in turmoil, not just SoFi, right? You look at any fintech, they all are really bad. Some of them are trading like at $2, not fintech, but many of the companies, those who are high flying companies. I have not heard many companies come out with a reverse stock split. Now, with the earnings that they have given us, which I thought was very, very bullish in my opinion, even though the stock didn't kind of go much, but yesterday when everything was down, SoFi was really, really fighting hard. And so I feel like we need to have more clarity on what is being discussed here. So please give this video a like so it can go out to more SoFi investors and more investors in general. Share this video around so that people can come in on Twitter and basically I'll tag Anthony Noto and retweet it so we get their attention. And also I'm gonna send a message in Bloomberg. Hope I provided some clarity. I know this is not the full thing on the reverse stock split. There are many more things to consider, but from what I have seen and the history that I go back, reverse stock split has never been a bullish move on a company. It's more of a bearish move. So let me know in the comments your thoughts. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And I was going to do the call script video, but I'm going to save it for the weekend and I will share it with all of you guys. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to share this. For more information, join our Discord and Patreon. Links are in the description. And also take advantage of free stock from Mumu. Link in the description below, especially in this time when the market is at bottom. It's the best time to do it. Thank you so much for joining in. Until next time, you all have a sparkling day.